Have you ever wished you could score a balcony room on your Royal Caribbean cruise, even though you've only booked an interior cabin? Well, stick around because I'm going to show you just how the Royal Up program works, what to watch out for, and how to make a smart bid so you don't overpay for your upgrade. So what is Royal Up? It is Royal Caribbean's bid-based cabin upgrade system. Think of it like a silent auction. You're actually going to make an offer. It's a bid per person for a higher category stateroom. Now, if your offer wins, you're automatically upgraded and you're charged your bid amount. The twist? You never know what other people are bidding. So you're completely blind when you're going through the bidding process. So how exactly does that work? Well, about 60 days before you're sailing, Royal Caribbean is going to email you an invitation to Royal Up. You get to click on View Offers, and you're going to see which category types you can bid on. For example, if you have an interior cabin currently, you might be able to bid on an ocean view cabin. If you have an ocean view cabin, you might be able to Royal Up to a balcony. If you have a balcony, you might be able to bid up to a junior suite or even higher. So you're going to use a slider, and it's going to let you choose the amount that you're willing to pay per person. It's double occupancy. Remember this. So if you're bidding $150, that means your total is $300 because it's per person. If your bid is accepted, your credit card is charged, you're going to get a confirmation email, and your boarding documents will be updated. Here are some important things to know. You're bidding on a room type, not a location. So you could be placed all the way forward, all the way aft, at a higher deck, not necessarily midship where your cabin may have been located. Obstruction views can happen. So you might be upgrading to a balcony that might have a lifeboat or structures in your view. Also, all sales are final. Once you accept, you're locked in. There are no refunds and no do-overs. So make sure you'd be happy with any room in that category before you confirm. So how exactly do you bid up with Royal? Let's talk about the strategy, because bidding smart is the key to winning without wasting money. So you need to know your starting point. Your available upgrades depend on the cabin that you currently have booked. Again, if you're in an interior, you're going to see ocean view, balcony, maybe sometimes suites. And if you're already in a balcony, your bid options will target higher suite categories. So you need to do the math. Before you bid, check the current prices on Royal Caribbean's website, or even check with your travel agent. And then you're going to use this formula. The smart bid range equals your upgrade price minus your price times 40 to 60%. For an example, if you have an interior cabin and you pay $1,200 for that cabin, and the balcony is $1,900, the difference is $700. Now, smart bidding equals $280 to $420 per cabin, which would equate to about $140 to $210 per person. This way, you're still competitive and you're still saving half roughly based on what you would have booked outright. So bid early and revisit later. You can adjust your bid anytime before it's accepted. Set a reminder to check your bid about 2 weeks before you're sailing, especially if cabin prices change or availability changes on your ship. Only bid on the cabins you'll love. Each bid is binding, so focus on the rooms that generally enhance your trip. Skip categories that don't really add any real value to you. Here's an important one that I take into consideration. You need to consider the location and the motion. If you're prone to seasickness like I am, remember, suites are often higher and forward, where the motion on the ship is stronger. When cabin placement matters, it may be smarter just to book directly instead of risking a random location. Keep an eye on your credit card because once your bid is accepted, that charge is going to hit your card immediately, sometimes days before your cruise. So plan accordingly and leverage all of your loyalty and perks. If you're a Crown and Anchor member or a casino member, or even if you book through a travel agency, you might already have some benefits like onboard credit or small upgrades. And it is possible for you to combine those perks with a moderate bid and maximize your value. So is Royal Up worth it? It depends. If you grabbed a low-priced interior cabin, Royal Up could be an amazing value. But if you've already paid close to full price for your balcony, then your savings might be minimal. Ask yourself, would you be happy in your original cabin if you don't win? And if no, you might want to call your travel agent and just rebook your cabin, that cabin that you want in that location you want right from the start, and don't leave it to chance. So here are my final thoughts. Royal Up is going to give you a chance to sail in a nicer cabin at a lower price, but it is not guaranteed. So you need to watch for those Royal Up emails about 60 days out. Make sure you're bidding within your comfort zone. Just remember to stay flexible, and you know what? Celebrate either way because you're still on a Royal Caribbean ship. So I hope you learned something today, and if so, give my video a thumbs up or even subscribe to the channel for more cruising content by Cruise Savvy. Please share with me your experience in the comments below if you've royaled up before and what your experience was. Win or lose, I'd love to know how it went. Until next time, happy sailing.